We're whoa! It talks to you now. Hello, everyone. Good evening. So, I want to start off by apologizing for the little bit of confusion regarding the Zoom meeting. I will make sure that the mailer, I use the appropriate mailer next time. I guess that's where the confusion was. Um, I think this evening, Mike, if I'm right, there's no presentation. Our focus will be on field day, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So that means a question I put out to the audience before we get started. Do we want to talk field day now, like we normally do with our presentations, or do we want to hold off and do it during our meeting itself?
Well, it's club business, so
Okay. Thank you, Esquire. I appreciate the So, okay, let's get started on this meeting. I guess we'll open up with a treasurer's report. I'm going to put a pause on this call, on this record now. Okay, so I guess we'll follow up now with some old business. Mike, what do we actually have from last month? That's
well, between then and now, as we had the Delaware QSO party,
right.
Jerry will probably give the report in August. Is that when you usually do it, Jerry? You're on mute.
Yeah, I sorry, too many apps running.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think yes, will
Okay.
certainly be done before then. As you know, we're trying to turn them around quicker,
Yep.
but we'll do it in August. Having my old computer blow up didn't help any.
So an update on that. Excuse me. So we worked on some issues with some logs as a result of some other contests. Jerry found some invalid QSOs as far as our rules are concerned. So I wrote a program that goes through those logs and strips out those invalid QSOs so they can be scored correctly. Jerry, I'll finish that up and get that over to you to test out. Have we gotten any WSJTX logs?
Yes, I sent some to you. So if you
Okay.
don't find my email, let me know. We had about I'll call it less than 10
Okay.
logs. There may be a couple of others buried as I check through the ones I got. We got logs as late as earlier this week, so one or two dribbled in.
Okay. Cool. I will take a look at those as well. Let me just catch up my notes here. So the other logs that we had to clean up were other state party logs, right?
Right. So the ones that I asked your help on only affected Delaware stations, but
Right.
it caused a serious scoring discrepancy, and that was due to the fact that there was a multi QSO party weekend, and in short, our exchange is 3 characters, and the other QSO parties had 4 and 5 character exchanges, and sometimes they happened to align to ours and the first 3 and got scored, which is incorrect. So Mike wrote that program. I did some manual work to clean up, and then we cross-checked because this is the first year we did them. But going forward, we'll just put everything through Mike's program for first thing to clean them up as part of the process.
Cool.
And I'll share for August all the detail, but we have the usual long stories about people who submit bizarre logs for scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard I don't know if anyone's been to the post office box to find out if there were any manual logs, so someone should check for that.
Yeah, we can definitely ask Dave to check. I'm going to put that. Oh, there he is. Good evening, Dave.
Good evening. I'll check the P.O. box tomorrow.
Cool. our expensive PO box lined with gold, right?
Thank you.
You would think so.
All right. So let's see. Everything else that I have as old business is related to field day or the topic of in-person meetings. So.
Yeah, so can we do we want to have a discussion about in-person meeting while that's old business right now?
We can.
Just quick query. I mean, based on what we did that survey for field day, and like I said, we were pretty surprised. Well, actually, it was not surprised. I mean, you know, the numbers actually shown that most folks, 70% of the folks will partake of the club. So the question is that the same kind of a number would we see for folks that are on this call? Would we have 70% folks show up face to face? The question I ask is there any issues outside of where we do it right now? I got to talk to Chet to see if the church will still allow us at this point in time to meet. I don't know if they have restrictions. That's something we have to figure out. But if that doesn't work, could we actually have other options of meeting face to face? The question I like to know is let's get a little quick discussion here, real quick on this issue of what do you think? I mean, are we ready?
Are we going to sit outside in a parking lot unmasked? We're going to sit in a room shoulder to shoulder.
Preferably in a room big enough where we don't have to sit shoulder to shoulder.
Right, where we can sit 3 feet apart. And
yeah,
one suggestion is one organization that I volunteer for is doing blended meetings. So for those who are comfortable being in person, they do it in person and they borrow a TV large enough so they can hook it up and people can be seen who decide to stay online, and the people who are online can see the people who are there. So
definitely agree that we would actually pursue that if that's what we're going. If we take those steps in that direction, I would definitely come up with a hybrid approach. Yes, I think it'd be the right thing to do. So, I can tell you, I know, Ken and I at work, you know, working for the military. You know, we have, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask or you don't have to do social distancing. They basically lifted everything. Mm-hmm. So it's hard. It's strange for us because you're walking in that environment and you come out and you have these different rules. They tend to be a little different place to place, but that's why I want to make sure that we have this discussion. You know, I don't want to force it on anyone, but at the same time, I think it's an opportunity to kind of try it out, do a pilot. Maybe we could see, you know, who wants to come out. It really depends on where we actually meet. I think that was fun.
Yeah. We talked about last time possibly starting out just a quarterly in person and the rest of the months doing virtual.
Mike, the other option was going back to the church. They actually have the gymnasium. Remember, we talked about the gym. You know, we were in that gymnasium. I think for the next 2 or 3 months, we might be fortunate enough not to make it a sweat box. We did that time, and we could spread out in there. You know, it's large enough. They have pretty much a large enough floor. So if we want, you know, social distance, we have that opportunity. But again, it still comes down to, you know, kind of coordinating it. But I just curious, again, the curiosity is, I mean, I don't want to ask everybody calls. There's more than just everyone on the call. I mean, let's just let me a question. How many of you would actually show up face to face? Just curious, just kind of raise your hand.
How many, say that again?
Who would show up face to face if we had a meeting?
If we had proper distancing.
Yeah.
Timing allowed, yeah.
Yes.
We would have to be able to do.
Oh wait, what a slow, Mike. What do you got going on over there?
What is it hitting?
No, Mike, curtsy.
Oh,
he's got his mask on.
You know, I work in healthcare, so I'd be willing to come in person if there was proper social distancing, and those that were unvaccinated did wear their masks. That's still the restriction I'm under. Yep. Otherwise, I would have to go virtual.
Okay.
I don't think we can meet in person unless we can do a blended meeting. I don't want to.
That could be all or nothing, Mike. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
We want to disenfranchise people who, for whatever the reason is,
Exactly.
are uncomfortable with being there in person, and we might have to do that for some period of time.
Yeah.
So I was going to bring it up that maybe next month's meeting we do that, but maybe we shouldn't because we still got some planning to do. Maybe it's not a good idea because
yeah, it's too important of a meeting.
Right. But also the other option is we could also potentially meet where the field day is going to be. That could be an option if we want to do that. But that again, there's logistics. We have to work through. But okay. So maybe what we'll do is we'll table this discussion until next month. Because things probably will change for sure, even more so, even hopefully for the positive, that maybe July would be a good month for us to start shooting for, to start meeting, get a hybrid meeting in play. Okay. So we'll table that till next month. Any other old business, Mike?
Just field day.
Just field day. Do you want to hold off on that? Or you want to have that discussion now? Because
let's hold off and go through any new business first.
And I know we got Mark on the call, so if not, I don't want to hold on, keep Mark to the very end because typically we get our report towards the end of our meeting. So let's move on then. If there's no other old business, let's move on to some new business. Mm-hmm. So any new? I know I got one thing, but anybody have any new business that would like to raise?
How are the on-air meetings going? I know lately I haven't been able to attend any of them. I did see. Yep, there he is.
RadioNet.
Yes.
RadioNet. Yes.
So Dave.
Oh, you're referring to the Wednesday night nets?
Yes, sir. How are they going?
Yeah, we did pretty well. We've probably been averaging about 15 per net.
Nice.
A couple of new people of late. I want to thank Wendy. She pinch hit for me the last couple of Wednesday sessions when I had some schedule conflicts. But I would say, since the beginning, about 15. And it was good last night too because the weather wasn't great. And when I set out the reminder, I said, hey, be prepared to maybe have to cancel this one because there were thunder boomers going around, but we had kind of a little window of opportunity. But I consider it being pretty successful. And there's a lot of word of mouth stuff too. So we hype it up on the CaresNet. So a lot of people who join the CaresNet will come back for first statement. So yes, I've been pleased.
Cool. And thank you for running most of them. And Wendy, thank you for jumping in on that.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. There's a number of people who use that repeater so they hear, us talk. And there was a couple of new hands that have been joining us. Our net, I think, was the first time that they ever did anything with their license, a couple of weeks ago. So it's kind of nice, hopefully we can build up the net, and also the hobby.
Awesome.
I noticed, Dave, I heard, I couldn't pop on last night. I had to make another Zoom call last night, but I heard somebody mentioning that the actual, was it the 448-825, the UHF repeater you use isn't actually in Delaware City. It's actually in Newcastle County. Is that right?
That's not correct. Not immediately in front of me. I think it's in Delaware City, to be honest with you, but I would have to, but I do have the geographic coordinates. I'd have to.
The tower it's on is immediately south of the intersection of River Road and Hamburg Road.
Somebody's got to mute.
I think it's
Chad.
Everybody mute except the guy talking, please.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, the tower is located at Delmarva substation on River Road, Route 9, about maybe a quarter of a mile at the very most south of the intersection with Hamburg Road. And if it were to fall and go tip over feet about 3-4 times, it would probably be within the city.
Okay.
So, for what that's worth.
I just find it amazing the propagation on that repeater is amazing.
It is pretty amazing considering the East Coast fall line, and it gets to Wendy and over to like Turkey Point and places like that.
Oh, I had a handheld 5-watt handheld over in Elkton. I was able to hit it.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
And that's the only place that I ever hear anybody, even on 2 meters and 450. That's the only repeater I ever tune to, because that's the only one where anybody's actually talking. Everybody else, 2 meters is dead.
I down, during the day, Dave, I'll pop the radio on and I'm working, and there's chatter going on all day on that repeater. It's amazing. So it's a good place. Good. It functions. Doesn't have a lot of problems to notice, so it's well taken care of. So it's good stuff. Anything else that we want to add to new business? I think that all right.
Sorry, I have one more. I think I have all of the meetings that I had recordings downloaded, I think have been uploaded to the channel now, as well as some of the presentations that I had. So if I'm missing anybody's, and this really goes to, I guess, Jerry and Alan, if you guys have recordings for anything that I may have not gotten, let me know. We'll figure out how to get the recordings, and I'll strip them down and get them uploaded again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mike, I also want to raise. I noticed. Where did he go? There he is. You got Jeff K3JRZ. This is his third event with us. So
I think it's more than that.
So did we take a vote, or how we voted? Are you a member, first of all, Jeff? I think I don't remember us taking a vote.
No, I'm not. I did email a check probably in April or March.
Money's good.
Do we have the application too?
Should have been. I believe that was included.
Yeah.
I
paper?
better get to the post office. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going there now.
I know the check wasn't cashed yet, so I just literally checked that too. So.
Okay, didn't know you did a analog application.
How quaint.
So I guess we could take a vote then, Mike, right? I mean, I assume.
We need the application really to be official, but.
All right. Okay, Mr. Esquire, I defer to you.
Just trying to play by the rules.
I hear you. Okay, so Jeff, I guess at the next meeting, we'll take a vote, and we'll cash a check too. Although that's another whole question about the check. So.
All right.
But I do appreciate your persistence.
I'm very patient.
Thank you, sir. All right. Any other new business?
I have a question about membership.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I sent mine back in January, and I know that my check went through because I talked to Dave, but I haven't heard anything. So, and I've been in a course on Thursday, so I just jumped on tonight thinking that it was okay, but if it's not, I'll jump off.
No, the meetings are open to anyone. And I
know,
thought,
but I'm talking about my membership specifically.
I thought hold on, let me go back and open some notes because I
had to do a course for a few months, so I haven't been on, so I wasn't sure what to do.
I voted, Jennifer.
I thought we did too. I'm trying to look. Let me look through the notes real quick.
I sent it back in January.
Even a better reason to abolish the votes than you don't remember.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see.
We had that one, Mike. It was back in March, I thought. No.
So we voted in Tom and Dave in March.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember Jennifer.
Once
My
we
check
get,
went through and I had an application, so.
Maybe we didn't vote simply because Jennifer wasn't there.
maybe.
Because
It
I
could
know
be,
you
that's
had the
why-
application.
I had a course on Thursdays. It's over now, but that's why I hadn't been on.
So why don't we just let's see.
Well, Jennifer, how many meetings have you attended? I don't ever recall you being on any of our radio nets.
I had been to 3 activities, mostly before COVID and then after that.
I could vouch for Jennifer.
Yes.
She's been involved since last, I say April, when I think you approached us a
Yeah.
year ago in April. I remember
before the pandemic, because I didn't remember her.
So Jen, did you email an application?
I'm not very remember. No, I mailed it in with the check.
Okay.
Snail mail.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cause all this confusion.
No, it's quite all right. That's why we're working on a member application, a member app, so we can keep track of this and other things like
And I had emailed Dave because I had to close my checking account down, but he said that the check had gone, through.
Right, and
like
I
in
scanned,
February.
and I scanned your application and I sent it to the executive committee with a few others.
Oh, that's why I'm looking for it from Jennifer. I'm sorry, Dave. I remember that now.
So Jennifer, just think of this. You're the most exciting news of the night right now.
That's right.
I want to come to field day, so I want to make sure I'm in kosher here.
Everyone's talking about Jennifer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So Mike, I know you're looking.
Yes.
I'm 99% sure we know that Jennifer she sent the check. I think they just got to find that application.
And I can resend it if I need to. It's not an issue.
I can send mine electronically if you want also.
Yeah,
if you have it, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to put this to a vote.
Yeah, I'm working on that now.
But I think we do have Jennifer's.
Yes.
I can't find it right this second. Here we go. I got him.
While he's working on that, Ellen.
Yes.
If you have a question about the church, I can answer that.
Yeah, we're thinking maybe July, doing a hybrid meeting face-to-face along with a virtual presence, telesession. Thinking maybe the gymnasium at the church.
First of all, I think as of Father's Day, the church will be open for business as usual.
Okay.
And second of all, I was telling you last month that I was supposed to install a video camera and microphone in that room that we were meeting in. There's now a computer there and there's a big screen TV. You can do Zoom from there and you can have people in the room part of the meeting and you can have people zooming in as part of the meeting.
Awesome.
That might be the better way to do it. You want to have it in the gym because of social distancing? Is that the issue?
That's the potential issue. We figured we'll table this discussion until next month to see where the numbers are and how things are opening up. Like you just made a great point. Father's Day, the church is opening up. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more of that by the time we have our next meeting, and we can make some judgment calls then about how we want to meet. But definitely it'll be a hybrid meeting. We'll want to do a hybrid meeting. Okay?
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
With donuts.
With donuts. Donuts.
Okay, I have Jennifer's application. So why don't we vote on this, go through the process so that we're done and it's in the books.
Yeah, let's get her in. We need more YLs.
Jennifer has to close her sound so she can't hear us debate.
No, she'll get put into an outer room.
Yes, put her in a breakout room or a waiting room.
Did she pass the background check?
I have to go let the dogs out, so I'll come back.
I'm going to put you in purgatory in the meantime. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to put you in a waiting room. There you are. Do I turn the recording off, Mike?
No.
Okay.
Alan, do you need to send me somewhere else too for a bit?
I'm sorry. I would disagree.
Ditto.
I think our discussion of someone's membership probably should be turned off and not recorded.
I would agree.
It's usually done in executive session or
Yeah, that's why I asked the question, Jerry, because I think that's not for public release.
Yep.
Right? Well, that sounds like
agree. So just turn off the recording momentarily.
All right, I'm gonna. How do we do this again, Mike? Do we put everyone who's not a member?
Everyone who's
Hold
not
on.
a member,
You need to pause the recording.
Yeah.
I will get there, Jerry. Hold on. There's a lot going on here, Jerry.
Well, next time, just make me a co-host and I can help you.
I know, Jerry. He doesn't do that for me either.
I don't.
Let me put it on
Mike,
right now.
I'm going to send you the email right now.
I got to figure out everybody out of purgatory. Here we are. I may have actually
We can throw them off.
I may have thrown them off because there was no waiting room when this thing went off.
Oops.
That's not good.
Oh boy.
Well, you sent them to one that would have created it.
Yeah, but then where is it?
If you don't see it, then you didn't send them there.
Oh dear.
I guess they don't want to be members now.
Yeah.
It's been a
great
rough
way to
day,
join.
Alan.
Send them a text or an email or something.
It's been a bad week for me. Trust me, it just has been.
Yeah.
Poor Alan.
Dave Scott had a bail, or
yeah.
I'm just letting everybody know.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't see anything. Damn. This is not good.
Did you ban them from the meeting and instead of make a breakout room?
No, I just said sent them to the waiting room. That was so like Mike said. Where would I find it here? I thought it would be on the side.
Not down at the bottom where.
There's chat. No.
I'm going to email them too.
Jeez.
Can you invite them back? Send them an invitation if you have their email.
But we have to have their emails though.
No, participants. What you can invite.
Do I need to, guys? This is going to get crazy here. Do I need to stop this meeting and restart it so they can come back in?
No.
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 Okay.
I'm going to email them.
Yep.
With our apologies.
Blame it on me. Blame it on the operator.
I remember when you voted on me and Joanne that night, we were just in limbo for a little bit and you brought us right back. I'm trying to think where. So it's not an option like down below, like where you would share your screen. You don't see anything like that?
I'm looking at participants invited, security. It says enable waiting room, but then where's the waiting room?
Oh,
Maybe you
never
needed
enabled
to.
the waiting room for the meeting. They probably got tossed.
You hadn't enabled it first.
Yeah, you need to enable the meeting room.
How many participants do you see on your? Do you see listed, Alan?
I have
I have 17.
I have 19.
19.
Then you should be able to do something with those too.
Yeah, they're there somewhere.
Yeah. So
just try right-clicking on it.
Usually, if you open up the participants list window at the very top, if you scroll to the top, is the waiting room.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
He's teachable.
Yep.
And I think you need to reconsider my offer to be co-host.
Me too.
Come on, Dave.
Yeah, just kidding.
I second that motion.
I feel so much better.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So it really didn't take that long.
Oh, no, it did. It took a long time, Mike. Stop.
There was a fierce discussion.
Oh, so controversial.
We went out for beer.
After we voted you guys in, we ended up trying to vote Alan out.
Yeah, well, it was a big debate between the two, you know? Anyway, yeah, so what happened was, well, by the way, Jeff and Jennifer, welcome to the club.
Thank you.
All right. Just to let you know, you went into purgatory. We couldn't figure out how to get you back.
No.
No, not we.
Figure out.
Alan couldn't figure out.
What do you mean we?
Hey, slow down. I'm an expert in MS Teams, okay?
Oh, boy.
Yikes.
All right. So I think we can close on the new business. We'll move on to the ARL.
Oh, hold on. I have one more. Sorry.
Okay.
And this came up in an email thread that we just need to put it to bed, and I didn't get a chance to research it, but I think we agreed to forego this year's dues as well. Do you remember that being the case?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to mark that down as that's what we're doing. This way we have it done.
Those paid the dues, we're just going to post it next year.
Yes.
Good. Thank you, Mike. Put it in writing because all these years are blending together. I don't know why, but I'd like to be able to find something to refer to when the question comes up again.
So while we're on that discussion, so for the record, right, dues will start again in January 2022. Is that correct? Is that is that what you're saying here, Mike? Dave?
As of right now, yes. Let's say that that's the case. Anybody that has paid in 2020 or 2021, you will get. If we start dues in 2022, you will get that paid for, right? Actually,
didn't we forgive dues in 2020?
We did, but we had some people pay already.
Oh, okay. Right.
So. And we said, well, we'll forgive them for 2021, but if we're forgiving everybody for 2021, we got to carry their forgiveness forward.
Exactly. But if we were not requiring dues in 2020 for people who paid in 2019, then anyone who paid in 2019 is okay for 2020 and 2021, right? Because we're continuing the forgiveness.
I think that's how it works.
It's very complicated.
Yes.
They get that spreadsheet out.
Yeah, we do need a spreadsheet. Yeah.
The app's almost done.
Yeah. Okay. So that's okay. So we're all in agreement. If you paid in 2019, you're good for 2020 and 2021. If you happen to pay in 2020, you're good for 2022 because everyone else was forgiven for 2021 and 2020.
Yeah.
And if you should be so unfortunate to have paid in 2021, I don't think there is anyone who paid in 2021. So that's not an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one question. What about the new members that just joined today? You've accepted their $20 dues. Does that apply to 2021 as well?
So for those that paid for that one that Dave cashed the check, yes.
We've lost Jennifer.
Yeah, we had lost Jennifer.
Where's Jennifer? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. She wasn't on the list, by the way. She walked away. That's what got me here.
Welcome
All
back.
right, Jennifer, welcome back. Congratulations to the club.
Sorry, there's so much excitement.
I know. Talk about excitement.
Jennifer,
I have no idea the excitement going on over here.
Jennifer, it didn't have anything to do with you. It was we were trying to educate Alan on how to be tech savvy with Zoom.
It's okay.
Actually, it was a split decision. So
yeah,
whether or not we were going to vote him out is what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Okay, so first of all, welcome, Jennifer, and secondly, anyone who paid in 2021 will not have to pay in 2022, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. I think we've got all our bases covered now.
Good. So those who did not pay those dues then, remember, our dues are due in January.
Right. So I think Jeff said he mailed a check.
Right. That's right. I haven't gotten it yet. But
so
yeah, I can either not cash it.
Correct. What would you like us to do, Jeff?
Just cash it, use it for whatever you need. It's all good.
Okay, you'll be good for 2022 then.
Good.
Yep. You got all that, Mike?
I do.
Oh, you're a better man than I am.
This is longer than I thought it would.
All right. Why don't we also add a rule that says that anyone named Dave gets free dues?
I'll tell you what, Dave. How about free donuts?
Oh man.
All right, let's move on here, guys.
I'll be member for life.
Yes. All right. So all the new business going once, twice. Okay, Mark. I'm going to hand it over to you. Any news would you like to share with us from the ARRL?
Oh, I could probably find something, but I do have to tell you, you really do run an entertaining meeting. And I'll be joining you guys too if you'll have me. So I'll send in whatever you need me to send in so I can be part of your group. I guess I want to congratulate Jerry, Foster, and Wendy for completing the EC 016 classes. But
yeah, good job.
Nice.
Congratulations. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tom Devine is an excellent instructor, but I hope you won't stop there. I hope you'll be able to take and complete the prerequisites and take the assessment and get the certification. So far this year, we've had 22 Delaware amateurs go through that class. And I just did an endorsement today for the third person taking the test. So I hope some more folks will get what they need to do and move forward and get their certificate. The other thing I wanted to kind of mention, and this may be a little challenging here, is, but for the sake of transparency, there has been a little bit of unrest with a number of the section managers and ARRL headquarters. I don't know if you've heard or seen things, but there have been some letters from David Minster to section managers wanting to do a better job. Section managers having Zoom conferences, inviting ARRL to attend, and they would not. But try to just get to the point here. They did a survey of the section managers, and there's 71 of them, and asked them, what their biggest concern is. And probably about 90%, and I'm one of them, is that folks such as you guys know about things the same time I do. We don't get any advance notice on anything. I don't have any detail when people start asking me questions. So that's one thing, but there's a whole bunch of other things from streamlining their website to on and on and on. So to get to the point here, what I wanted to just let you guys know is as things progress, and I've got something to report where we've made some headway and made some improvements and stuff, I will do everything I can to share that with you. Might take some time, but in the interim, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or whatever, and I will do the best I can to answer your concern or your question. I think that's about all I've got for this evening, Alan.
Okay. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions to Mark while we have him here? Any interaction here?
Yeah, if you're gonna send a check, you could just put my call sign on it and send it to me. Since the club doesn't want your money, I'll take it.
Oh, you guys are funny.
This is one thing about this club. There's a lot of fun here. All righty. With that, I guess we'll go to field day. I don't want to close the meeting because we have to talk field day first, right?
Yeah.
So, Mike, what you got? Not Mike.
Oh, Mike K.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
W3.
The one who wants the money.
Submarine warfare. That's what I call you. W3.
Anti-submarine warfare.
Mhm.
I won't tell you what my wife thinks my call is, but we got mixed company here. Okay, so field day. So we are going to do the field day site. Chet, I guess we're good to go at Springer.
No problem at all. However, I would like to remind everybody that they have to sign a waiver, and I will bring those waivers to field day. And people, if you're there, you need to sign it and give it to me. I have to turn those in after the event is over.
Yeah, we do that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I thought someone said it only had to be signed by one person for the club.
That was the original application. But,
oh, thank you.
We still have to do the individual waivers as before.
Can that be sent out online so we could sign it and send it back to you?
I can do that. Yeah, I'll put it out on the reflector. No problem. That would make it a little easier for me if you want to print it out, sign it, and give it to me at field day. But I will have a set of copies for people to sign if they want there as well.
Very good.
Yeah, that'll be good. That worked out. I think we did that one year, the other year also too. So that'll be good. Okay, so we were talking. I think at the last meeting we talked about 2A. So that would mean we would have two radios running possibly at the same time. So Alan has a, what do you call that? A to-go kit? A go kit
that I'm willing to offer up as one of the radios.
So that would be one station. So we need one other station. And Chet, I think you said you may want to use the K3 again, possibly, if you want to.
I'll bring the K3 if people want to use it.
Okay, so we'll have two stations. Okay, we're gonna have.
And Mike, I have on my Go kit. I also have a VHF and UHF radio built into it too, so we can use that.
And Mike Federico, on your Go kit, is that an HF Go kit? What is it? Could you describe it? And
that's the Jerry. Yeah, it's an IC 7300. Right. It has an antenna tuner. I have an external antenna tuner if we need it. It's all, it's simple, one USB port and you're good to go, hooking up to the laptop. I think we'll use that for the digital station. Make it real easy.
You have the manual for the radio with it?
Yes, I can bring that if somebody needs it. It's pretty straight. It's a very, if anyone's ever used a 7300, it's really straightforward to use. Simple radio. It's if you're familiar with it, it's an SDR radio.
Very, very popular too. Mm-hmm. Very, very popular.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I was telling Mike, I also did the firmware upgrade for the FT8 optimization for it. They basically optimize the audio channel for it. So.
Okay, so that's what we'll do there. Okay, so now we got to talk about antennas. So I think, Paul, you had talked about the vertical that you have.
Yes.
Possibly using that.
Yeah, I can bring that. The only thing is I need to, I'm going to have to remake the ground screen since I've had it installed at my backyard for the last year. And it's degraded a little bit because it was chicken wire and it was never intended to be out that long. So I'm gonna have to redo that. And also the little orange snow fencing has taken quite a beating, is gonna have to be replaced, but that's trivial.
The orange fence, you said. Orange.
Yeah. But other than that, it's fine. And it has an antenna tuner, so we won't need one.
That's good.
We do need someone to come up with that 400-foot roll of coax that we used 2 years ago. Right.
Yeah, and I think that is in Rich's box.
Yep, it'll be there.
It'll be there. So
yeah. Okay.
And I have a suggestion about the ground screen. Given that the frequency is fairly high, you may just get away with laying a couple radial wires on the ground, and they don't have to be very long either.
Yeah, I really don't want to do that, because a ground screen will work a lot better than a small number of radials, and it takes up a lot less room, and there's a whole lot less tripping hazard.
Well, how tall is the vertical in terms of wavelengths on 20 meters?
5/8.
5/8. Okay, and what's its feed point impedance? So 5/8 wave vertical.
Well, it's been a while since I measured it. I mean, it's got an integrated automatic tuner, so you don't see that.
All right. Well, it's your. I'll put out. It's your antenna. You do what you think is best.
Yeah, we just Dave. Last time we did this, I gotta say, I have to say, the combination of the we had we're gonna get to the other antenna. Let Mike talk about that. But we had a combination of a horizontal HF antenna for the voice and CW, and we took the digital station and we used a vertical for that. You know, try to eliminate some of that co-site challenges you have. You know, but I gotta say, it performed very well. I thought we did very well with Paul's antenna.
Well, I think the ground screen is. I mean, that's the ideal situation, no doubt about it.
I think that you know, for as temporary as it is, you probably don't need to change that wire, that screen. Just do it when you get it home.
Well,
I have a set of radials on alligator clips, a set of 16-foot radials.
Yeah, that's going to be not anywhere near as good as this. I mean, if we had, you know, because we can run this on 80 meters as well. So
exactly,
you know, if you had 16 or 20, you know, 20 meter long radials, then it would probably be better. But you know, everyone and his dog would trip over them.
I think since it's Paul's antenna and he's volunteering to do the work, we just say don't do the work.
yeah, I know. I appreciate the thought. I really do. It's just that I'm going to have to inspect it, but it got pretty chopped up because it's been out in my backyard and the lawn guys have been driving the lawnmower over it, and you know, it's been not in such good shape. But the rest of the antenna is doing really well.
Okay, good. So what we'll do is I think as a backup, we'll take the butternut I used last year and we'll leave that on site too in case there's issues with either one.
Yeah.
And then that way we have a backup.
Backup.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the one antenna. So the second antenna that we're going to need, I think we need something horizontal. I don't think we need one of these big, long, huge things that we've always put up. I think a straight either NFET or maybe something as simple as a G5RV or something, and just put it up between two posts or the tree at a post. I think it was an 83M. He said that we could use his generator.
Frank.
And did we talk to him about possibly using one of his any of his masts, or should we just go ahead and make our own?
We did not, and my proposal is that we use the club's existing cross to 80-40 meter dipoles, which are held up in the center. It's an inverted V for both bands, and it's held up by 140-foot mast that Rich also has.
Okay, yeah, let's do that then. That would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, if we wanted to get really fancy, we could find a way to deal with a 20 meters too. I mean, if we're using a tuner, an 80-meter dipole will sort of kind of work on 20, but a 20-meter dipole would be better.
Yeah.
So if we've got some wire, that would be an opportunity for improvement.
Okay, good. All right, we could do that. All right, so we'll use the club. Mat and all that, and we'll put that. I'm a little leery still of putting that out. I guess we could go back to the field again, but there's always that hassle of taking the coax and bringing it in above everybody to get it above the track. So I'm wondering if there's any way we could orient that, maybe have it closer to the other side of the track.
Yeah.
So we don't have to go over the track with the coax.
I'll bring an orange cone.
Or we get Brendan to bring one of his jackhammers and open up the track and let us put something through the track.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
That might be one of those things that you have to make a game day decision.
Well, no, that's the problem. No, Mike, that is the problem. The problem simply is that you have the track there, and you know, I mean, we chose to sit underneath the tree, right? That was, or up high up by the school. I mean, either case, we got to.
In case something's got to go over the track.
Something's got to go over the track, right?
Okay.
Unless you put all the antennas in the field, in the middle, and the operating tent.
Yeah.
And the generator.
Yeah, I think that's not a wonderful idea. You could certainly put the whatever doublet or inverted V you're going to use on the near the south corner, southeast corner of the field, and then you can run the wire around the outside. In other words, near where we had the porta potty the last time.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking up to see if I have the drawings I made for that field day. Remember, I did a presentation.
Oh yeah.
That gives you a good aerial view of everything. Hold on, I think I have it here.
So the other thing we need to do too is we need to either talk to Rich or somebody needs to step up and order the porta potty. I don't know if you talked to Rich about that, Dave, or not.
No, I did not. I forgot about the porta potty entirely.
Okay, so
2 years ago, Rich asked me to do it, and normally I would be willing to do it, but I'm going to be out of town part of that week, and I really need to have somebody else take care of the porta potty this year.
Okay, we could assign that. I just need to know what company we're going to use. Who do we use? Do you remember?
I probably have it written down. I think it was A1 something.
Yeah. I could send Rich an email and ask him, what company do you got that you used? Because they've done it before. They'll drop it off. They put it in the right spot every time, and it's not a big deal.
Didn't they require someone to be there?
I don't remember.
Chet's saying yes.
You do have to have someone there to show them exactly where to put it and to sign for it.
Yes, and we ought to have it. We ought to put it exactly where it was the last time. Which was right here. Yeah, porta potty.
Okay, so here's the map. This is it.
Okay, yeah, it worked. This is 2019, guys.
Same spot. So
So yeah, we set up for those who were not involved. We set up our shack over here under this tree area. It was actually pretty good. I think that worked out really well. Mm-hmm. The challenge is getting that wire over here because we set up that second antenna out in the middle of the field. There, right?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if you put it down, further down near where the porta potty is, then you can just run the wire around the outside. It'll be near the trees, but.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea, Paul. So in other words, down in this area in here, there's space that we can set it up by the trees.
Right.
Can you see my mouse? My mouse moving?
How hard is it really to get 2 tripods with poles like we've done before?
That are two cross sticks, like 10, 12 foot 2x4s.
Right.
Bolt and just scissor them apart, put them on both sides of the track. Let the coax be its own, support guy on either side. It's not that hard to make up a suspension like that.
The only other option that I see is to the south of put it in the area between where the tents were and the porta potty. Is that where you're talking?
Here we go.
Put the doublet there.
You're going to try to minimize the coax, aren't you?
Well, minimize the coax, but then you don't. Then it doesn't have to go over the track.
What about down past the tennis court?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry hugely about the length of coax. I mean, we have those runs of LMR 400, and if you're talking mostly 20 and through 80 meters, it's not going to be a huge amount of loss.
Yeah, you see, it isn't. You see where that circle is right there? The circle?
Right
yeah,
here.
right there. So just to the right of that whole field right there. I know there's a slight hill there.
There's a hill right here.
Yeah. But right in there. You could put that doublet in there if you had two tripods, like you were saying.
So what stops us from putting the vertical next to the traffic circle and putting the other antenna at the top of the hill?
Hey guys, I'm going to put a high center up on top of that, on the right-hand part of that donut, and have the one half of the doublet go over top of the track to the grassy area to another one. You're going to be, what, 20 feet up in the air or something like that? And have the other part of the doublet go to the left there over the parking lot.
It's like this orientation here.
Right.
Yeah,
They're
put your feed point in the center, right at the east, whatever the right hand side that donut is, right there on that rise.
This is a hill here, so this drops down.
That's okay.
10 feet.
Good. That's fine. That's fine. Put your tripod on the solid earth there, and that just gets the doublet part going to the right, even that much higher up in the air, and over top of the track. It's not going to hurt anybody.
In fact, the pole could be in the center of the track.
Yeah.
And one of the 80-meter elements could go over the track.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we only have the 80 and 40-meter dipoles are more or less at right angles to each other, but the 40 is pretty short. The 80 is the long one, and they're more or less, they're more or less at right angles.
And you could feed them at the same point too, couldn't you?
We do.
Yeah. So you could run them in the same direction too, I believe.
Well, you can, but there's more interaction if you do that. If you put them closer to right angles, then they don't really interfere as far as tuning goes.
Yeah, but I don't think we'll have to worry that much about it.
All right. So as a safety person, what's our emissions on that antenna with people underneath it on the track or walking around on the traffic circle?
No, we're not running a kilowatt. We're only running 100 watts.
Yeah, not going to glow.
Light them up, Mike. We light them up.
Yeah.
Got your point, but it is 100 watts though.
Right, and I'd say as long as no one brings a long chair and sits directly underneath the wire, I think we'll be fine.
Can I add something about this antenna discussion? It sounds like we're
actually kind of serious.
We need to ask Frank if we can use his tripod assemblies. Nobody has done that yet.
I thought we were talking about not needing them.
Well, I just heard we were going to put one next to the parking lot and another one out in the center of the track.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
That's not what I heard. I heard there was going to be one wire antenna.
Well, yeah.
Aren't we going to use the club dipole kit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to put the club dipole kit in one place and then just run the legs in different directions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we were going to get Frank's tripods, but the point about that I wanted to make was that his wire antenna with the open wire feeder and the tuner at the ground seemed to work pretty well on all bands. And as a CW operator, if we put up the phone antenna, I'm concerned that I won't be able to operate ADCW very well. Hey, we could put up the CW antenna, but then maybe the phone guys would have a problem.
That's why they make matchboxes.
Is there some reason that we wouldn't want to just use the same antenna as last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
So it's a lot to set up, and it's a lot for Frank or his brother to transfer.
Right. In fact, I
the
thought
big ask.
I could be wrong, but I thought the last time we used it, it took so long to get set up that we weren't even ready at 2 o'clock for the start of field day.
Yeah, it's overkill.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be something real easy, cheap and easy to set up.
Yeah. And I got some feedback that in fact, on some bands, the antenna did not work that well, even with the tuners. So I don't remember.
Chet, didn't you use the club dipoles when we had them set up in the past?
We
stopped
using. But see, we have two sets of dipoles, one for cut for the phone band and one cut for the CW band. And I think we put them both up.
Won't work.
Well, we'll need a tuner one way or the other.
Yeah.
Well, listen, in my Go kit, I have an AT200 Pro.
Maybe that'll do the trick.
That would be fine. And I said, you know, like the 7300 actually has a tuner that's good up till around maybe 3 to 1. So depending on Paul's antenna, well, he's got his external tuner antenna. What I'm saying, so all I have to do is drive it from the radio. I could do that. We can do that. We can set up a plug.
Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna do
stop sharing.
We're gonna do the doublet, and we're gonna put it up partially in the track.
Yeah, we're gonna orient it over the track.
Okay, all right. So that's what we'll do then.
Listen, fallback plan is we're just gonna have to put it in the middle of the field, and we'll have to come up with a way of protecting the wires.
Elevating the coax.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to get the porta potty, and then also we have a grill. But so I heard somebody mention something about
Hold on a second. Can we talk some more about setup? Because I think we need to talk about the digital setup and what computers are going to be used, and we need to arrange a time to have that computer that will be doing digital.
Yeah, so we were working on that. So Foster, you want to say what we said today?
Sure. So I have 2 laptops that I can give to Paul to download and install the latest FT8, or get to you, Jerry, to install the latest stuff, and then you're welcome to use them, and I can get them back at the end of field day. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we also need the field day logging software on both of them.
Whatever you want to load on them is fine with me.
Okay. So we're gonna need a switch.
Yeah. Well, I have a small switch I can bring.
So do we need laptops?
Yes.
Not manually logging. Sorry, Mike.
The digital.
Yeah. Yes. You need.
And I'm certainly not going to sit there and whistle FT8 tones.
Yes. So we need
for FT8 you do, but for the other station and the phone station, do we really need that?
Yes, you need that to enter this, to score with, and to enter it into the log. They all talk to the same database. So when we close up shop and we're done for the day, we have our entire log from all stations in one database and a backup ready to go. It also helps because it lets us know what multipliers we're missing jointly. So we can look at that together and say, okay, you may, otherwise we won't know who's gotten what if we're multiplier hunting.
Okay. Whatever you guys want to do. I just think it's just, it's field day, so it's not really.
Yeah, so it's field day, but it's not going to be chisels and stones, dude.
Yeah, a laptop is part of my Go kit.
Okay, so I'll get those. I don't, Jerry, if you want the laptops or you want them to go to Paul.
Yeah, I'll do it.
And then I have Ethernet cables, and I have a router that's part of my robotics kit, and I can make sure that you guys have all that stuff.
Paul, do you have the code for the ARR field day? I think you're going to get that from Mike for the software.
Yeah, we can put that in that day.
Oh, well, no, we need to, before that day, we need to get this is from experience, I've learned this, Mike. Before field day, we need to get your radio and the controlling computer together in the same place at the same time, make sure it's configured and tested.
Yes.
Sound advice.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
No problem.
You guys are pretty close together. Well, actually,
Jerry,
all three of them.
Jerry and I could do. We can do this.
Yeah, because we're all pretty close together.
By the way, I just thrown up there, the checklist I did for 19. So to keep us thinking here, things were, this was the checklist briefing.
So we need to make sure that we're still offering the ability to someone to come in and, if they want to set up their own radio with one of the antennas, we need to make sure we understand which one we're going to allot for that.
I would say it would probably be the doublet.
So hold on a second here. I just want to make sure that we are. We're getting all over the place here. So why don't we do this? Before we get off the topic of the radios, why don't Jerry and I work on the digital station piece? We'll take that one on. Jerry, you okay with that? Working with me on this?
I'm fine. I just need to get hold of Foster's laptops, I guess. So that,
yes.
I heard Paul say that he wanted to do that. I don't want to take.
If you want to do that, that's fine too.
You guys tell me. I bring my Go kit. You just tell me where you want me to be with the radio. I'll go there. I have a Go kit. Okay.
All right. Well, okay. I mean, you're certainly welcome to come here and do it.
Yes, Paul. I have no problem coming up to your place. Matter of fact, the antenna's there. We can do it all up there, right? And get the radio working with the antenna.
Yes, we need the radio, we need the laptops, and we need the antenna if we really want to do a full end-to-end test.
Yep. So yeah, fine. Well, I'll leave the antenna set up. If we do it, not like the day before.
How about we do this? How about two Saturdays from now? We get together. Because that's what we did last time, right?
For me, it would have to be a Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon, I'm fine with that, Jerry.
All right, so Foster, can we get the laptops by then?
Which Saturday? The 19th?
Hold on. Saturday, it's either the 12th, which is my birthday.
Sure, I'll come by and drop them off and sing happy birthday to you.
Okay. Let's do it on the 12th. We'll plan to meet on the 12th at Paul's.
Okay.
All right, and we'll pick Jerry. What time is good for you?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. You good with that, Paul?
That's fine.
And we need the radio too, so we need Mike.
You got
no, Alan's got it.
My radio.
Well, Alan, you have it. Oh, okay. I was wondering. Sorry about that.
All right, so so the digital group will meet to do a pre-test configuration up at Paul's on the 12th of June at 2 o'clock. Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, that's a plan. We'll at least get that done. Radio number 1, actually, we usually call it. Do we need to do any kind? I don't think we have to do anything special with configuring it.
No, I don't think so.
I would just bring 2 laptops up to the digital meeting, and then we can configure the one that will be used to cooperate with the one that the 2 need to cooperate. So we could do that.
Okay. So all right, that answers that part of the problem. The logistics there are the radios and the laptops will get configured on the 12th, 2 weeks out before field day. That'll be good.
You can do that.
Okay. All right, Mike. I'm sorry. I didn't want to jump in there, but I wanted to at least get this off the table because we were just going all round and round and round here. So it makes sense that we do. This is how we did it last time, and it worked out well. Okay. What other things we got, Mike?
So I'm more of a shoot from the hip. Let's just throw it together because that's basically what's going to happen.
Yeah, but
if you have an emergency,
no, I agree, Mike, and I think for the purpose of us in this group here, when you start mixing the computers up with the radios, it kind of gets sometimes tricky, you know, and that's why we just want to get those bugs out. We don't want to be spending our time there working those bugs out. That kills time. That's the only thing.
All right, so back to this grill. We do have a grill.
I can do food for you if you'd like. I have experience cooking for large groups.
Now, what kind of grill do you have?
I have a grill, and I cook for the Calamar Nickel, if that's any fun.
Okay.
I hear a volunteer.
Yeah.
I hear a volunteer's right.
I'm happy to do it for you, as long as you don't mind if I bring my husband, who's not a ham. He kind of helps.
Not a problem.
That's okay.
Not a problem.
So you just maybe you could touch base with me, Mike, and tell me how many meals you need, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, drinks, what you need.
Hey, Jen, don't spoil us now, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil you.
Okay. All right, so we got that covered.
I don't want to take food if somebody else is doing food.
Well, you won't get an argument.
Especially if you're a good cook.
So
I'm not sure that matters sometimes.
Jennifer's doing the food. I got it written down. I got it on a sheet of paper.
It's in the notes.
Okay.
Very good.
The notes. Okay, so we got that covered.
Food. Food, though.
What?
Food. Who's buying the food?
Yeah, who's buying the food?
I'll buy the food. If I'm going to cook it and do everything, I'll take care of all of it. I'll just,
Wow, that's awesome. Awesome, Jen.
What we could do is we could send you a list of what we had the last time. That usually works out pretty good. It's usually burgers and
hot dogs.
Hot dogs. There's usually, usually we have a pig roast, and usually there's probably about, 4 or 5 different, pulled pork sandwich types and barbecue and stuff. So hopefully you'll be able to come up with that.
Who's going to dig the pit for roasting the corn?
Oh, I can spoil it.
Oh, you guys
just need to tell me if there's any allergies or if anybody's vegetarian.
Yeah, we have a couple.
If you have vegetarian in the group.
Well, Frank,
vegetarian. One.
Yeah, we have a list of stuff. So I'll email it to you.
That'd be great.
Sam, you're only going to get a hot dog bun with some sauerkraut, and you're done.
I can bring my own vegetarian hot dog.
There you go.
We're vegetarian in this house, so we're happy to cook vegetarian.
Wow, that's cool.
Okay. So the other thing.
Oh, my wife will love that. She's vegetarian.
Yeah. One of the other things that I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure that after we get all this stuff set up, I'm going to set up sometime on Saturday afternoon. I'm going to make an antenna there on site. It's either going to be made out of cans or out of aluminum foil or something. And we're going to put it together, put it up, and fire it up and see how well it works.
Like that's a great educational activity.
Yeah.
We need to make sure we document it as such because that's worth points.
And actually, I'm thinking of making the feed line too out of wire. So it would be a completely ad hoc type of deal.
Yeah, I told Mike I'd also bring my my QRP rate set.
What frequency?
Oh, I don't know, probably 20 or 40, one of the two. I'll bring the Nano VNA. We'll hook that up, and then I'll also bring. I'll throw 2. I have 2 manual tuners. Actually, I have more than that, but I'll bring a manual tuner, and we can go through, especially Mr. Federico. We could show you how to use a manual tuner.
No, that's important because Mike, there are a bunch of folks on this call. I know it has been mentioned about how do you use these antenna tuners and how do you look at these antenna analyzers and putting it all together. I think this is a great opportunity to get somebody to understand how it works. That's great.
So that'll be one of the activities for Saturday that we'll do. So.
Cool.
Great.
I thought everybody used manual tuners.
Well, that's what I thought, but once I joined this club, people were like, "What's a manual tuner?" I don't know what these people are doing here.
Yeah, we use computers too, Mike.
Yeah, I know. This is nonsense. I look at computers, I think IBM punch cards, So.
Well, we can convince Paul to drag his PDP-8E over, and we can use that. I have a teletypes laying around someplace.
Yes, and I punched many a card in my day.
Put that on the generator.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so then I think we have in the kit that that Rich has. He has the tents.
Yep.
Yes.
And all that. So we should be good there.
Tables, tents. What else does he have in there?
The grill.
Grill. Bring your own chairs, guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to bring your own chairs.
Yeah, the poles, the wires, the coax.
Who has the floor for the tent?
Floor.
The plywood?
Yes.
You mean that expensive plywood now?
I don't know.
Good question. Might have to ask Rich that one too.
Yeah.
It's, Dave, when you spoke to Rich, communicated with him, was he planning on attending field day?
Yes. In fact, if you look at the bottom of the email I sent you, I was asking that we be scheduled for the first 2 hours.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I'll put together the schedules online again, send them out.
Yeah, you want to do it that way? Okay. That'll be good.
Yeah.
You guys work all night or?
Hold on a second, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a question.
Yes.
Are you guys going to use just the power from the radios, like 100 watts? Or are you guys going to have amplifiers or anything like that?
We typically don't go. We don't go high power.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yes.
And how are you supplying power to everything?
We have treadmills. You have to, everybody's got to run a little bit. Generate.
What happened to the hamster wheel?
Yeah, everyone has to bring a hamster. We have a 5 kW generator that Frank AD3M will bring.
Is he bringing it? Do we need to get gas, or is he going to bring the gas?
I only asked him if he was going to bring the generator. We didn't get any farther than that.
Okay. That's okay. We could get gas.
Yeah, we just need to know. I mean, I have a couple 5-gallon things in the shed, but we just need to know if he's going to bring it or not.
All right, listen, I got to bring up the hardest part about the whole thing here, guys. Every year, who's bringing the ground rods and who's hammering them in?
Do we need them?
Yes.
We didn't use them before Springer.
That's right.
And we operated at WDEL.
Didn't we have some kind of device to, like a hammer something or other that we used on those?
That was Brandon.
That was Brandon's.
Oh, it's Brandon's. Okay.
Remember
cordless jackhammer.
Remember how long it took us to get those things out?
Well, yeah, because somebody put them in a little crooked.
Getting them in is easy.
Yeah.
Not in my backyard, it's not.
All right. What else we got, Mike?
The only other thing was who knows anybody in a public position that would come and visit so we could get points for that. Anybody know anybody? Senator? Should we invite Biden?
Why not?
Why not? He's in Delaware on weekends often enough.
Causing traffic jams.
Yep.
You should invite Jill because she's the science lady.
Yep.
I can ask Mike Smith if he'll come. He's a local guy.
What's he do?
What's he, a rep?
Rep, yeah.
That counts.
Yeah, that'll count. And we haven't really got, we typically don't get a lot of points for that anyway.
No.
And then I think this year what we should do is one of the two stations, somebody should copy down the message live this time.
That'd be cool.
On the ARRL.
Yeah.
You know.
Do they send that after start time? Yeah, okay. Thanks, chat.
And for the public figures, politicians, whatever, I guess I've heard from other clubs, just listening in the past few years as I've been a ham, that they probably just send a general email or letter out to the local senators, mayors, politicians, whatever, and just see who will show up. I don't know if you guys have done that.
I've done that in the past. No one's ever shown up.
Yeah.
Let's
I got
go.
I got more rejection letters than actual people actually, coming back and saying,
I think that should count, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You tried.
Yeah. What about
Okay.
the section manager message? We need to make sure we line
Yes.
that up.
Yes.
Yeah.
He needs to do a drive-by.
Yeah.
I don't think he's listening to us.
I'll be there. You'll see me.
If you're coming, then we can just do it on site. That's what we used to do in the past.
That's what we usually do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I plan to make stops at some of the other ones too.
Yeah, of course.
Just let us know what time frames you're going to be there.
Yeah, your window. That's all. Give us a window.
All right.
Yeah.
Or a door. I mean,
I have a question.
What's the best day for the politician to show up? Saturday afternoon?
And anytime
Yes.
they're available.
I would
Saturday
definitely say
afternoon.
Saturday.
If we had a choice, it would be Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say after we settle in and got everything up and running and things are moving along, it's nice to have somebody show up. You can show them what's going on.
Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning. Anything else is just going to be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chet's got the sheets everybody signs, and then I'm assuming that we still have that book. The
Yes.
visitors log is in the club stuff.
It's either in the club stuff or it's here.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the message to the ARRL section manager?
Yes.
Like 70 seconds ago.
Sorry, I was not apparently.
I wasn't counting. It's okay.
Tough getting old, isn't it, Paul?
No, this meeting is getting old. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I've got the info about the porta potty. Who's going to be doing that?
Just send it to Mike and we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
have it.
Okay, will do.
What else?
So the hot things of radios, food, we got that down. ARL, got that down. We just talked about porta potty. What else do we have here?
We just don't know who has the flooring. The operating tables, one of those was in pretty bad shape. Did we have new tables last year?
No.
We had the same tables that we had before?
Let's go.
I don't think so.
So Dave has got to be around. We might need some petty cash.
Yeah.
I have a small, it's like 4 feet by 2 feet table.
Bring it.
I will.
I could throw something in the back of my truck too.
Yeah, me too.
Wow, that's a nice P51 there. I like that.
We need a couple of folding chairs for the operating stations.
I'm looking at the list here. Lamps, we got the lamps. Generator fuel, applications, paperwork, any kind of signs and banners. Remember we did the signs and banners every year?
Yeah.
They're in the kit. We just have to hang them up.
Okay. I think that's all we got here. So station 1, I got transceiver, mic, Kia, headphones, power supply, obviously, laptop for logger, antenna tuner, cabling, antenna mask, got that. The digital station, transceiver, mic, USB cabling, headphones, power supply, laptop, antenna tuner, RF. All right, we got that covered.
So at the June meeting, I don't know I'm going to be there, but you guys, whoever has the laptops, we usually do a quick once over of the logging software. So can you guys make sure we do that for the meeting so that everyone gets to see it before? I mean, we can't make an assumption that everybody's used it and knows how to use it, but so we usually go over it.
Can somebody take
Which one
that,
do you use?
Can somebody take that as an action for the next meeting? Is to kind of give
Yeah,
up-
well, I mean, we're doing this virtually, right? So,
Yeah.
So
I will have the laptops here, and I guess we can share the screens.
Yeah.
Just use one of the laptops for the Zoom session, and then you share the screen, and all is good.
Yep.
What software do you use?
N3FJP?
FJP Field Day software.
Field Day, yeah.
Paper and pencil.
No.
No.
Give up, Mike.
No. I work him. If he's a dupe, I don't care. I'm still working.
I'll tell you, we'll use the same rules as for the Delaware QSO party. Want to do pencil and paper, fine, but no more than 50 contacts.
Yeah. All right.
I don't have a problem putting them in. It's just that it's just not my thing.
I got 3 minutes to 9 o'clock here. I'm hoping.
You have extension cords and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there hardware to be able to have a split listening station for if we have spectators?
You know, we tried to do that a couple years ago, and I think the last thing was we weren't going to try to do it this year because we were unlikely to have spectators given the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, first year back, our plan was to bypass that. If things are good and we sort of jog our memories for the subsequent year, yeah, let's go back to that. But we did have one.
We had last time we had a sort of an auxiliary tent.
Yep.
You know, and we had a third laptop so you could watch the score ticking up.
Yeah. But we didn't have audio because the dual audio box that Chet has, usually the two voice operators use that.
We had accounted for that. We didn't have audio because we had the wrong connector on the audio cable. We actually had a powered speaker to put in the room there, but somebody got the gender wrong on the cable.
Well, I think on I would tell you, you know, if we're going to at least put a speaker on, that's the first radio needs it. The voice radio, the digital station, nobody wants to hear the sound.
Right.
Well, there's nothing to hear.
Or CW, either one.
Right.
And actually, I think last time you and I were working at night, Al, I don't even think I was using a headset anyway.
No, it was quiet.
No.
Let's just hope that this year we don't get any visitors
any drunks, yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get them to sign the logbook this year.
So some of the guys on the call here, Mike and I did the graveyard shift 2 years or 3 years ago, I guess it is now, 2-3 years ago, and like 2 o'clock in the morning, it was like this hazy. You couldn't see; it was foggy out, and we're just sitting in the tent. You know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and doing contacting, and then also you start hearing voices out in the distance, but you can't see a thing because it's just fog, you know, and the voices are getting closer and closer, and we're like, "What is going on?" And out of nowhere, these two drunks come popping into the tent. And they were like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Oh, geez." So we were a little concerned, you know. We might have to have a security patrol on this one, you know. So.
Yeah, we'll be okay.
Yeah, I know. It was harmless, but it was kind of eerie though. We couldn't see anything, you know.
So what I'll do is I'll take the notes that I have. I'll get with you, Alan, and we'll.
So Mike, I will forward back to you the 2019 PowerPoint charts that I made. You may want to just take those slides and just update them for the next meeting.
Yeah, and then we'll make sure we got everything covered. Okay. I'll send the list to Jennifer for the food.
And then we'll provide an update, the team here, as to our rehearsal.
Right.
You know, setup. So okay, good. So anything else before I call a motion to close this meeting? All right. Well, then I'm going to do is I'm going to call.
Make a motion and we adjourn.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
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 Those who are not in favor?
Yeah,
you're going to purgatory.
Purgatory.
All right, guys.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Auf Wiedersehen.
See ya.